guys and girls, today we're going to be looking at one of Sonic the Hedgehog's games. Now Sonic the Hedgehog is one of gaming's most famous characters, one with not the most illustrious career with great highs such as Sonic and Knuckles series, to great lows like Sonic 06 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Today we're going to be looking at one of the more obscure titles, specifically a handheld title. Now on the handhelds, Sonic's always managed to retain quite a good reputation for bringing out gem after gem. In this case, many of you may not have played it, some of you may not have even heard of it. It's on a console called the Neo Geo Pocket, made by SNK in the late 90s. Now, this was at a time when Game Boy dominated, there was no doubt about it. Atari with the Atari Lynx failed, Sega at the time, one of the bigger companies with the Game Gear had failed. So, a newcomer trying to challenge Nintendo, it didn't go very well. Great console, and the game that we're going to be looking at is Sonic's Pocket Adventure. This is a great game. Any Sonic fans out there, you should pick up this game, and anyone with a Neo Geo Pocket definitely should pick this up. So let's have a look at the game in a bit more detail. Sonic's Pocket Adventure was released in 1999, around about the same time as Sonic Adventure on the Sega Dreamcast. As such, Sonic has a similar aesthetic to him. No longer is he small, podgy, round hedgehog, but instead is a bit more athletic looking with sharper quills and longer legs. Sonic Pocket Adventure was one of the early Sonic games not to be on a Sega branded console. It plays very similar to the classic Sonic games, most notably Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis. It's obvious that Sega wanted to play it safe for this title, essentially making it a remix Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and throwing in the tunes from Sonic 3 and Knuckles for good measure. This is certainly no bad thing, as Sonic 2 provides a solid foundation for this game to base itself upon. Now as you're watching Sonic running around in the background, you'll notice that a lot of these levels look very familiar. That's because a lot of them are inspired by those from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, or a few from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now, as these levels are inspired, they are very similar but not the same layouts. You'll notice levels that look very similar to Emerald Hill, as well as Chemical Plant Zone for example. Each level has a new name, and in order, they are Neo South Island, which is a representation of Emerald Hill Zone. Next level up after that is Secret Plant. Now this is obviously Chemical Plant from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now this stage contains many of the gimmicks found in the original Chemical Plant level, such as zipping around the level in high speed in the tubes, to light underwater sections which prepare you for some of the levels later on in the game. Following this level up is Cosmic Casino, which almost certainly looks familiar to anyone who's played Casino Night in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Again, gimmicks in this level include the flippers, the pinball bouncers, and also the roulette wheel, which you can gain extra rings or even sometimes lives. Now this level is one of the biggest troll levels in the game, with bumpers often knocking you off course into traps or just generally harassing you and impeding your progress throughout the level. Following this is Aquatic Relic Zone. Aquatic Relic Zone is the obvious take on Aquatic Ruin Zone, and again includes heavy underwater sections, which many Sonic fans find quite unnerving due to the lack of speed once Sonic hits the water, and also the constant supply of air running out. Following this level is Sky Chase. Now Sky Chase and the level following it, Aero Base, are actually part of the same zone, but two different sections. Sky Chase is allowing you to ride along the tornado, chasing down Robotnik's Flying Fortress. Now this level is very similar to that found in Sonic 2, even with the same name, but has some small platforms that you can jump between to collect unlockables. Once you finally catch up to Robotnik's Flying Fortress, you then begin Aero Base Zone. Aero Base is another take on the Flying Fortress Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This time a little bit more forgiving with a lot less bottomless pits to drop down. Once you break your way into here, you're faced with the gigantic Angel Zone. Now unlike Sonic 2, which this level is based on, which is Metropolis Zone, this level is actually set within the Flying Fortress itself, containing a lot of the crushers and the pistons found in Metropolis Zone on Sonic 2. This level is quite a difficult level and is obviously the penultimate stage for the game. Upon completing this level, you enter Last Utopia, the final stage in the game, consisting entirely of a boss fight against Robotnik and his new mech. This boss is very reminiscent from the one found in Sonic 3 against the Big Arm, in which he'll try and grab you, often flinging you and your rings off screen so you don't get a chance to collect them again. Upon defeating this boss, providing you have all the Chaos Emeralds, you will then enter the last stage. Chaotic Space Zone, the final stage in the game, has you facing off against Dr. Robotnik and his final mech. Now this stage is obviously very reminiscent of that found in Sonic 3 and Knuckles in Doomsday Zone. However, this time, rather than using Supersonic to directly damage Robotnik, you have to reflect his missiles back towards him. Once you defeat Robotnik for the final time, you are treated to the true end sequence. However, one gripe with this is although you have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you don't get to use Supersonic during regular play. Instead, Supersonic is entirely used exclusively on the final stage. This is very similar to the foundation laid down by Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 for many games to come. Like previous games in the series, the Chaos Emeralds are obtained through special stages. Access to these stages is granted by completing Act 1 of a zone with 50 or more rings. The half-type style special stages make their return from Sonic 2, demanding that you collect an ever-increasing number of rings to make it to the end of the next checkpoint. After the third checkpoint, you are greeted with a Chaos Emerald. Only 6 of the emeralds in the game can be collected in this way, with the 7th emerald needed for the final stage being obtained through another method. Now, being an old school Sonic game, it will take most players around 2 hours to finish. However, being on a handheld lends itself to small bursts of gameplay. One way in which the developers have extended the life of the game is by including puzzles which need to be unlocked by finding the pieces dotted around the zones. This encourages exploration and some tricky platforming sections to reach the most hard to reach ones. The Trial Room also gives access to 2 types of time attack modes. Trial is a simple get to the end as quick as you can mode, while Advanced challenges you to collect 50 rings before being able to finish any of the stages. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you do, please thumb up or even leave a comment, or even better, subscribe. New reviews will be coming. If you have any suggestions what games you'd like to see covered, let me know in comments and I'll definitely have a look at them. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.